Yes, children, good morning. This is Venugopal sir for Little Hearts Publications with EVS Book 4, Lesson 5, Games and Fun. Do you play games, children? In the previous classes, we discussed about games and fun. Fun means what? Enjoyment or entertainment. And before we go into the details of the lesson, the things that we are going to learn as part of the lesson are written here. Games at home, games in school, fair play, playing together, means of recreation. What do you mean by recreation? Spending our time in a leisurely manner, playing or watching TV, just to relax ourselves from the daily routine. We need some entertainment, that is what is called recreation. Okay, let us go to the details there. We cannot do work all the time, now and then we need time to play also. Because playing is a good exercise, playing gives you a lot of relaxation to the body. Playing is also considered as a very good recreation. When you are tired during the day, once the school is over, you want to go to the playground and play different types of games there, like hide and seek, coco, cricket, so many other, hopscotch, and of course there are some games that you play at home also. These are the games that we play at home: Ludo, chess, carom, snakes and ladders. These are all called board games because they are played on boards, different kinds of boards. These are generally the game that we play at the school in the open, out in the open. These are not played at home generally. Okay, children, coco, cricket, hopscotch, hide and seek, these are not played at home. So, in the previous classes we discussed indoor games, outdoor games. So, the games that we play inside or in a closed room or a closed place, they are called indoor games. The game that we play out in the open, in the ground, they are known as outdoor games. And these things, all these games we should not play on the streets. Because if you go on playing on the streets, you will be met with accidents because there will be a lot of vehicles passing by. Okay, children. Any games like hide and seek or coco, cricket, these should not be played on the roads because that will obstruct the traffic. And many children play on swings and slides in the park. There are generally, when you go to a park, you can see swings there and also slides where you from the top you will be sliding down a slope. These all you like, and these are found generally in the parks or some stadiums. There are many other games that the children play there in the school other than these things, these games. Various learning games in the classroom. Quiz is a game, crossword, puzzles, jigsaw, dumb charades, etc. Most of the classroom games involve the whole class. In the games period, children, you play different outdoor games like cricket, badminton, basketball, football, etc. Okay, there are some games by which we can learn also. Those games include solving the puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, solving crossword puzzles, participating in quiz competitions. All these are some of the games which we play to gain knowledge. And during your free periods or games periods, you will be taken to the ground by your PET sir, and you will play a lot of games there outside in the outdoor games like cricket, badminton, football, basketball, coco and other things. Generally, the school provides the playing equipments needed. Who will be providing the playing equipments like balls or bats or nets which are required for playing different kinds of games? Those are generally provided by the school itself. And there is a games teacher, he is known as a PET, physical education teacher, who gives training to the students. He teaches the students to play the game fairly. But that's what is my meaning of fair play. Fair play means what? Playing without cheating. Without playing foul or without committing any cheating, if we play the games, and of course we should play the games like that only without resorting to any kind of cheating. That is what is called fair play. And the PET, the games teacher who is called PET, physical education teacher, he teaches the children there in the school how to play different kinds of games. He teaches them the rules and regulations of the games, different games, and also he teaches the students to learn how to play fair play. Okay, children, what's the meaning of fair play? We play games for enjoyment and to be active and not only for winning. Sometimes some people do any kind of cheating to win a game. But remember, children, we play games only for entertainment and enjoyment and for an exercise, not for only winning. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. That doesn't mean that is the end of the life when we lose the games. But we should be playing fair always. We should not cheat in the games, in any game. Foul play ruins the enjoyment of the game. Sometimes children get into quarrels while playing. You also know this, children. Sometimes you get into quarrel with other children because you think that they have played a wrong game there. Foul play, that is what is called. And sometimes that leads to quarrel among the students. If such a thing happens, we should take the help of a teacher or an adult to settle the issues. We should not allow anybody to be injured or to fight with each other, particularly among the students. That's the reason why we should always, to avoid such kind of quarrels among the students while playing, everybody should follow the rules of the game. Then nobody needs to fight with the other. Whoever plays better, following the rules strictly, they will win. So if we think that only to win we have to play, even by cheating, that is not correct. That leads to quarrels, remember, children. And we should not leave the game in anger. A good sports person has a good sportsman spirit, which helps him or her to overcome all obstacles. If you are a good sports person, you should have sportsman spirit. If you are a good sportsman, you need good sports spirit also. Means you should not just leave in anger because you have lost a game. You have to try and win. You have to try hard, practice hard to win the game, not by cheating. So, to avoid quarrels among the children during the games, we should strictly follow the rules of every game or any game that we play. Okay, children, rules of fair play. What are the rules of fair play? They are given there, see in the 3 bubbles there. Respect the other players and rules. You must respect the other players, other teams' players also, and you must respect the rules of the game. Keep patience. You must be very patient. You must be very, very patient in the sense you must restrain your anger. You must control your emotions. You must concentrate on playing good, following the rules of the game strictly and winning, not by cheating. Maintain your dignity whether you win or lose. Another important role of fair play is whether you win or lose, you maintain the smile on your face. Maintain your dignity. So, playing together. Playing together means what? Some games only 2 players on either side. Suppose chess is there. Only 2 opponents can play. More than 2 cannot play chess game. Whereas carom can be played by 4 players. 2 members each pair. Like this, we play the games. But sometimes team games also are there. Cricket, football, volleyball, basketball, these all come under team games. Individual games means only one individual plays the game. They are chess, carom, ludo, badminton, whereas team games include cricket, football, volleyball, basketball, etc. So these team games, when we play, that will help us in maintaining good relations with the others, and that will give us fun and enjoyment. We should always involve ourselves to create relationships, and that is possible when we play team games. That means we play with everyone, anyone. And now let us go to the point of recreation. What do you mean by recreation? As I told you, relaxation. Relaxing yourselves at the end of a day's work means there are several means of recreation. Some people sit there in front of a TV and watch it for some time. Some people play games. Some people celebrate birthdays and festivals. Sometimes some families go together for meals at a restaurant, visiting a market, visiting fairs, visiting a circus, playing games, dancing, painting. These are all different kinds of recreation that we have. So recreation can be termed as an activity that relieves us of our stress and strain. We feel a lot of strain when we complete a day's work. We need some recreation or relaxation. Otherwise, we'll get bored of the same work doing again and again. Suppose now your children, you are at the school, you spend for 8 to 9 hours there in the school and you come back from the school. Then you need some recreation. You go out and play. You watch TV for some times. You play with your sisters or brothers. You play sometimes indoor games when it's raining outside. So these are different, and sometimes on weekly days, weekly holidays, we go to circus, sometimes to a fair or to an exhibition. Some people spend their time in painting. Sometimes some people spend their time to recreate themselves by listening to music. So there are different ways of recreating ourselves. Visiting a fair and a circus are old means of recreation. Let us actually fair and a circus and kite flying. These are all generally old ways of recreation, because nowadays everywhere you cannot find a fair or a market, open market. Every time you cannot have circus. But in the olden days, generally children used to be taken by their parents to fairs or exhibitions. Fair is nothing but an exhibition where children are made to take several rides like giant wheel. Generally, they are held on special occasions. Fairs are generally held on special occasions like festivals like Diwali, Dasara, Christmas and New Year. And fairs or exhibitions are generally held in big grounds, open grounds. There are many stalls of foods and activities in the fair. There are lots of swings, slides and games for children to play. What do you find in an exhibition, children? There are a lot number of stores there, means stalls where you can buy food, where you can buy different kinds of things like toys. And you can play several rides there. You can play on the swings, on the slides. There are many things. Whereas in the circus, a group of performers travel from place to place and they make use of the animals that they have with them to perform different kinds of circus feats to entertain the people. Okay, children, that is also an old way of recreation. Circus is a group of performers who travel from one place to another to entertain people. It includes acrobats, jugglers, clowns, trapeze artists, rope walkers, trained animals, ringmasters, and hula hoopers. A circus is held in an oval or circular area. This area is enclosed by a large tent. Everyone gets amazed to see the astonishing and exciting stunts and acts of the performers. Sometimes you see, have you ever visited a circus, children? What do you see there in a circus? Circus we see sometimes clowns, jokers making the people laugh. And circus we see most of the time animals, sometimes animals like elephant riding a cycle we see in the circus. Some people swinging in the trapeze from one corner to the other corner of the tent. Circus is generally arranged in a very big round tent. Okay, children? And you can see so many kinds of activities are acrobats, jugglers, clowns, trapeze artists, rope walkers. You can see some people walking on the ropes also in a circus. Tying the rope on two lengthy, too far away poles, and the people start walking on the circus. Sometimes they take a pole in their hands and balancing that they walk there on the rope. They are called rope walkers. Sometimes there are trained animals. Ringmasters. Ringmasters make the animals, dangerous animals like lions and tigers, act according to their instructions because they hold a whip in their hands. They are called ringmasters. So, people who visit a circus really get amazed by seeing these kind of wonderful feats performed by the circus artists as well as the animals there in the circus. Okay, children, another old way of recreation is kite flying. Generally, kite flying is done on the occasion of Makar Sankranti festival. People celebrate kite festival during Makar Sankranti festival, which generally falls in the month of January. Makar Sankranti festival or Pongal festival is generally celebrated in the month of January. During this particular month, during this festival, people play kite flying. They start flying kites. It's a special game that the people play or enjoy or entertain themselves on Makar Sankranti or Pongal days. But you have to remember that, children, you should not be careless while you are flying kites. You should not go onto the top of the buildings and go to the stand on the walls and fly the kites. It should not be done. Always, and you should not fly kites from the roads because you may fall under vehicles. You must fly the kites always in the open space. Okay, children, don't forget that. When it is lightning there, when it's raining there, when it is heavy winds blowing, you should not fly the kites because that will break, the string will break. And you should not fly the kites on terraces which do not have a compound wall, a parapet wall. Otherwise, you will fall down from the building, from the terrace. Okay, children, these are the different ways of recreation. In this lesson, we have talked about games and fun. Games, indoor games, outdoor games are the games that we play at home and the games that we play in the school. And we also learned how the meaning of fair play, playing fairly without cheating, because playing is important, not winning. Okay, we have to play the game to win only, but we should not think that only winning is the criteria there. We should play a fair game. We should play the game according to the rules of the game. There is a games teacher in every school to give the training to the children in different kinds of games or sports, and also the games teacher teaches the children how to play a fair game. And we have to play some rules of fair play. We have to follow some rules of fair play. Playing together gives a social responsibility, social contact. By playing team games only it is possible, and we recreate ourselves because we need rest for some time from the regular routine work that we do. That is what's called recreation, entertaining ourselves. There are different ways of recreation, like watching TV, visiting markets, or visiting a fair or a circus, playing games, painting, drawing, dancing, visiting a fair, visiting a circus, kite flying. These are all different kinds of recreation that we have by which we can entertain ourselves. Okay, children, with that we come to the end of the lesson. The key for these exercises will be sent to you through WhatsApp. Thank you.